Hi guys, it is Tuesday here at Witches of the Moon, and I am your host Rhiannon. This week's topic is the element of water. I wanted to talk a little bit about water as a symbol. Water is representation of your emotions. It is fluid. It is not fluid as in it's fluid, but it's like the fluidity of water going with the flow. And it's one of those things where for me, I deal a lot in dreams, and a lot of the time for me, water is a little bit of a teller as to my emotional state, even if I'm not aware of it. If you happen to dream about water, a lot of the times in the dream books, they'll tell you to pay attention to the color of the water and the way that the water moves, because that is an indicator as to how you feel inside. So if you dream of murky water, maybe you're cluttered and maybe you need a cleanse of some kind. Maybe you need to get away. If you are dreaming of cold crystal blue water and it's peaceful, then it's an indicator that you're at peace and that things are peaceful. I know a lot of times when I'm extremely stressed out, I tend to dream of tsunamis. Depending on if it's stress that is directly on me, the tsunami is coming at me. If it's stress that I am feeling because of something that is impacting someone else, so it's part of my empath kicking in where I'm feeling their stress, I see the tsunami, but I see it hitting somebody else. Usually the person that's causing me the stress. So for dreams, it's a really big indicator, and it's something that you should pay attention to. And it helps people who are not always in touch with their emotions, like me, find a balance in their emotions. Because earlier in one of the videos, I can't remember if it was this season or last season, I did a video where I focused on my water altar that I have. And I have that because I'm really, really bad, or good, depending on the circumstance, but I'm going to go with bad. I'm really, really bad at channeling my emotions out. I'll hold things in. I will, bottle it up. I will let things fester because, you don't have time for that right now, or you can't focus on your emotions right now. You have to get this done. Yes, it hurts. Yes, this sucks, but keep going, keep going. So I have a water altar to allow myself to have a place that focuses on the element of water, because water is cleansing, and it's my favorite element to work with when it comes to keeping myself balanced. I know some people go out and, when they're feeling that they need to be grounded, they go and put their feet in the earth, and I get that, but that's never been what worked for me. It's odd because I'm an air element, and while I do enjoy going places where I have the air hit my face, that is helpful for when I feel claustrophobic. It is not helpful for me when I feel like my emotions are bogged down and that I have no release. I love going to the ocean. I love going to the lakes and putting my feet in the water. I do feel like I get cleansed much better when I am at the ocean, because you have your feet in the sand, which is earth, and you're being cleansed by salt water. And that is, to me, the most purest form of letting things go. You're standing at the waterfront and you're letting the waves hit you and take away what it is that's stressing you out when they roll back out. That is my favorite thing to do, and my favorite way to use water. Like I said, I do have a water element. Most of my water altar is beach themed. There's seashells, there's decorations that are very beach colored, there's a coconut candle. I will take a picture of it because I can't go in the house at the moment. My husband's asleep, so I can't really record because my witchy room is right next to where he's sleeping, and he works nights. So but I will take a picture and I will post it for you guys to see it. But it is very beach themed because that is where my peace comes from. So that is what I use the element of water for. Just like you can cleanse yourself, you can cleanse other objects with it. I know on one of the seasons that I shown about how to cleanse an object, I was talking about cleansing your crystals, and I will put crystals in salt water. Well, dip it in salt and then dip it in the water. So it is salt water. And I use that a lot to cleanse a lot of the things that are able to be cleansed with water. You obviously you wouldn't put your tarot cards or anything in that. But that you can. I have spritzed tarot cards with water, with some kind of a liquid form of something, whether it be salt water that I've made or what moon water that you might want to spritz some on just to kind of enchant them. I've done that, but I can't dip certain things in water. But whereas I feel like on a spell level, fire is where I feel the strongest. On a meditative sense, water is where I feel the strongest connection. That is where I find my peace. That is where I use the most of my tools to meditate. Ocean sounds, the little CDs that you get that are ocean waves. I do that, and meditate in front of my water altar. But water is a great element to work with when it comes to ritual. I take ritualistic baths. Again, that goes with the cleansing. Before I do any kind of ritual for Sabbats, before I do any kind of spell, before I meditate, I always take either a bath that is infused with essential oils for what it is that I'm wanting to do. So, for instance, if I'm going to do a love spell, then I'm going to put rose oil in the bath with me and maybe some rosebud petals, and then I'm going to leave that bath and go straight into my spell work. So I use water that way. And even at the end of the day, if you've had a really crappy day, taking a shower and meditating in the shower with water running over you to visualize everything that has happened to you today rolling down the drain, that it's a great, quick meditative practice that you can do if you don't have a lot of time. Because I know that a lot of our viewers, they 2 jobs, or they have kids and 2 jobs, and sometimes it's just not feasible for you to go sit in a room and meditate for 30 minutes. You are lucky if you even get to pee by yourself. I get it. I've got friends that are parents, and that 5-minute pee break is their luxury time. So if you have the 5-minute shower and you just need to take that, use that. I don't at the moment, but I did. It's broken. I had a fountain at work that was a constant running water sound. Little things like that are really good for your balance, especially if you're someone like me who doesn't really do well with your emotional balance, or you let things get to the best of you. I know that they say that, if you are over emotional, then you have too much water, so you need to be grounded. But I also think it depends on what kind of water, you have to balance that out. If you're feeling like a wide range of emotions or storms inside of you, then having peaceful water to kind of counteract that, you can almost visualize that calm after the storm, so to speak. You can see that maybe the rainstorm that you were feeling is now a shower, if that makes sense. So those are just a few of the ways that I use water. Like I said, I will post a picture of my water altar. It's a very peaceful spot in my witchy room for me. And I will post a picture of that on the Facebook page for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. I'd like to know how you use the element of water, whether or not it's one of the ones that you're drawn to. If you have altars or you have special candles that you've made for that element because that's your element and it helps you, I'd love to see those. So show me those, and until next week, blessed be.